All right, so just overall in general, I'm gonna start off by having you state your name, where you're from, and what's the name of your project.
So my name is Exus from Springfield, Massachusetts, and name of my project is called From Me to You.
A lot of the songs on your album have a very deep meaning to it. I can really feel in my soul the pain and the reflection that goes through these songs. Do you find it hard sometimes when you're writing or when you're rapping to kind of continue on with the song because of how deep the nature of the song is?
Love this question, really. In all honesty, a lot of the songs actually like I've cried like in the sessions. Like Dancing in the Rain, I literally have to stop in the middle of it, cried, gave me like 5 minutes, talked to my engineers, I caught on, and went right back in, finished the song, and yeah, even like writing them on like Do You See Me, the first one, I cried right in it, and I continued on right after to keep on because a lot of the songs that I write, like I say, it's like therapy, especially for this album. Like this project has been like it's really therapeutic and for not more for just like me, more for like I said other people. But like if you really feel it, you know what I mean. It's definitely like I said from me to you, but like really throughout the whole album, it's just been me letting myself out and letting everything go. So yeah, definitely.
So, your father being a consistent theme throughout your project, what does it mean to you to speak on that aspect of your life through your music? And then for the second part of the question, it would be how has navigating manhood without him, how has that affected you?
So for the first part, basic thing throughout the project is again it's just really me letting it all out and hopefully because I know that's something like a lot of people especially go through, especially where we're from. They don't really have their fathers in their lives. My father, like I said, passed away when I was 4. So growing up just a single household was tough. You know what I mean? It was OD tough. Shit, hold on. Yeah, so fucking let me rewind myself.
Yeah, no, take your time.
It was just something that really just like I said, and where we're from is kind of like a thing that it's a basic. I don't want to say basic concept because it sounds crazy, but where we're from, it sounds like a basic concept because that's what the story is. You know what I mean? No house, single mom, no father in the household. But my father again was he passed away when I was 4. It's not like like the basic, you know, like I keep saying basic, but like the same story where my dad kind of left my life and or was incarcerated or anything like that. My dad just passed away, so he didn't even have a chance to. So you know, again, like throughout the project is for those who also didn't have like you know the father in their life and also me letting that out because that goes in throughout the project. But that again, that followed me throughout my whole life, like you know, so me kind of not having my dad in my life now, again, like I'm still learning things, you know. I never really had someone teach me how to be a man or, you know, what fatherhood entails or being a man entails. Like I'm just going day by day figuring this shit out. You know what I mean? So that's what really is with my dad. For real.
Thank you for sharing that.
Thank
No,
you.
that's not easy to talk about.
But that's what I'm here for.
Yeah, exactly. And it's given you a lot to write about and reflect on in your music. And through what you say in your music, it'll touch people that have gone through similar things and feel like they're not alone. And that's the beauty of making music and having an art to share. And you say that your music is your therapy. Would you say through this album that you've you got to experience healing from any parts of yourself while writing these songs and recording them and making them? Do you ever feel like a relief or any type of release when you make these songs?
Yeah, definitely. I remember some girl actually telling me that I was telling her a lot of the books that I read, like a lot of self-help books throughout my like spiritual journey, because I can say I definitely went through a spiritual journey, and that it was kind of like within the self-help book within herself from listening from top to bottom. So most definitely, you know what I mean. Definitely was a lot of healing, a lot of therapy within the project that I had to let go. That I still feel like I can still say it was some release, but it still's always gonna be there.
Mm-hmm.
Something that's not gonna let go, but definitely some release for real. Yeah.
Who was the kid on the audio, like interlude portion?
After the intro,
Mm-hmm.
that's actually my friend Angel. He's from New York. It's actually one of my that's crazy. It's actually one of my gaming friends that I still have connections and still talk to this day. He's from New York, and we've been playing Xbox Word 9. Never met him before, like in person yet. We're all gonna meet. I have a whole group of friends. Like we have sit on Xbox that we haven't fully met yet, but it was like we're family. We know each other like it's family. Like,
That's fine.
and that was like the initial reaction at something in the song, and that was basically held for 2 years until I dropped the project. Cause I remember hearing that. I'm like, bro, like I'm gonna hold this on for my project when we first make the first project.
So how did that originally come to be, that conversation to where it was used in the project?
So I sent him the song, and he sent me a voice memo through text, and that was it. And so I was like, bro, like I literally, I'm like, nah, like I have to screen record this, bro. So I screen recorded it, and I told him, I said, bro, like when I drop my first project, I'm gonna use this, like after the intro, and 2 years later, I made a project and made it come to life. I manifested it really. Like I literally held it on for 2 years. It was on my phone, and I saved it for this moment. So yeah, that's what I came about.
Mm-hmm.
Are you currently working on your next project? Do you have any idea of what you would like that next album to be, what the storyline of that would be?
It's crazy. Someone actually hit me today, asking like, "Oh, I can't wait. Like we have continuous for the project. Like how I would continue off of this one."
Mm-hmm.
But again, this is like, I guess, self therapy, literally, like for this project, and
Mm-hmm.
how I continue off of this one is kind of like definitely not off the next project. I think the next thing that I want to release, if it's a project, is kind of show versatility as an artist, kind of like more melodic, more singing, more not so of me, you know what I mean? More of me because I'm always gonna have me in my music,
Yeah.
but like more what I can do as an artist, because a lot of it was just therapy, showing I can my songwriting skills and things of that nature, but no one's really seen like entailed of how I can be like melody and melodic sounds and different just type of songs, you know what I mean, sonically. So that's more of that, like for the project. Thinking of singles though, like more like drop singles every 2 to 3 weeks maybe, but that's still up to things. But other than that, mostly like sonically, just melodic and singing, and just show different versatility within me as an artist.
That's good.
So on your album, as we had already spoke on, you had your friend who ended up being a gamer homie that you haven't even met yet, rooting for you, and you have a whole bunch of friends you haven't met yet that are just a big support system to you. In Springfield, you actually have a music collective that you're part of that you get to help make projects with together and collaborate consistently. You've also spoken about wanting to make your mother proud on the project as well. So my question is to you, based off of seeing these different components through your project, how important is community to you?
A big thing, really. Because honestly, it's like, imagine making it to the top and everyone that was there with you from where you first started is just disappeared. You know what I mean? It's like, no matter what amount of fame, no matter what money, just did it for what? You know what I mean? If it was up to that and that ever had what happened, it's like, nah, I'd rather go back to doing what I love with it for. You know what I mean? I know that in journeys, sometimes some people come and go throughout your sporadic journey of whatever you're doing in life. So I know that definitely happens, but the ones who are here to stay, they come throughout the journey and they're here to stay for a reason, So, but when it comes to community, it's like, yeah, it's definitely a big thing. Like where I'm starting from here, whenever I get to here, I still want the same homies around me, because if not, then what the fuck is the point of doing it for?
What's the biggest goal for your music?
My biggest goal is really not to be the biggest person in the world, not to be the next quote unquote Drake, the next quote unquote Kanye, because I'm Exus, I'm not Kanye, I'm not Drake, I'm not here to affect whoever wants to become a part of the journey. You know, like I have my own story. I don't want to be compared to nobody else but myself. You know, so my journey is literally just my journey. You know what I mean? Wherever I go with it is what happens to be until I hope to be, like in my eyes, I'm already the biggest artist. You know what I mean? In my eyes, I don't care for anyone else's opinions. Even though as an artist, you do care about others' opinions, but in reality, it's like, if you're here with me, you're here with me. That's what I do it for. I don't do it for numbers. I don't do it for money. I don't do it for none of that, which, you know, I'll hope for it just to be able to feed the family and really freedom. Like, that's really what I want, just freedom. I don't care about how much. Just be able to wake up and do what I love every day and just be free. You know, I feel like I don't have so much weight on my shoulders. You know, I know it's going to add a lot of weight on the shoulders, you know, but I'd rather have that weight than the bullshit weight. You know what I mean? That's my weight that I know I can entail. So that's really it for the journey. Yeah.
Throughout the project, you speak on the trials that you faced in life, single parent household, your father passing, you know, following and pursuing your dream, struggles of being in an inner city. With all that hardship, you still find light at the end of the tunnel. Where does that belief system stem from?
And honestly, I just think I'm really an optimistic person. Like, so I really feel like, well, again, I really went through a spiritual journey, bro. Like, I went through a spiritual journey for real. And like throughout that spiritual journey, I really just like, bro, like I sat back and really, like I showed you earlier, I had videos of myself when I was 12, 13, doing the same thing I'm doing now, but I just elevated, you know? So sometimes in life, I really just sit down and reflect. I'm really, bro, like, you were doing this one thing for so long, you just did nothing but better and better, and you're evolving. So again, like on the last song is like, I say something like, you know, why would I take a step back? Like the book's just getting written. You know, if I take a step back, I'm stupid. Like, what is wrong with you? You've done so much shit, you worked so hard, and you're evolving. So if you stop now, like, now you're gonna question in your life, what if I would have kept doing it? You could have blossomed into something bigger than what you would have imagined. Because honestly, we know nothing, you know, so we just keep going day by day. Because it could be tomorrow, we just explode. You know, we really don't know nothing at all. You know, so it's just like keeping going and yeah.
How long did it take you to put this project together?
A year and a half, almost 2 years, really. So a lot of the songs, the first song that I actually recorded for the project was Message to My Diary, which is the second song, not including like the skits and stuff. The second song, that was the first song recorded at Paper City Studios, my guys. First song that kind of made me think of, okay, this sounds like a project that sounds like a project because we had this one song and then after I just started recording more. And at this time, I didn't really have too much music out. It was just like probably 1-2 singles out. And at the point, I remember bros were like, nah, like we need to drop music, like, you know, and I just kept recording these songs and I'm like my ear is like, no, bro, like these aren't singles. I can't just throw these out there. And I'm listening, like I'm going back to back in the car, going home, headphones, I'm listening back to back and I'm like, no, these all still sonically sound like cohesive. Like I can't just drop them as singles. These doesn't work, hell no. So as I kept going, even with some of the skits, like everything was organic, nothing was forced. Like some of the skits, I'll be at work and say, boom, idea. Remember, everything comes up with an idea. So I'm like, oh shit, this will go perfect with New Life. And like I just started randomly thought of a poem. So I'll be like, oh, let me run in my car real quick. And I'll run in my car and I'll just and like do like a little rough draft. And I'm like, oh shit, okay, cool. And then after work, I'll go home and I'll make a final draft. I'll cut off any words I feel like it's too much, and then really just sit back and reread it, and just it literally just everything came out. Even like what Follow My Feet, Mama, the poem that I did after that, it was like one day at random, was like boom, snapped, like oh shit, and it wasn't like I just like okay, I'm gonna do this, it just all organically just came to me, and then that's why it really took a year, almost two, because like I said, nothing was forced. It was all just organic, natural feeling, bro.
What does your dancing in the rain moment look like?
My dance in the rain moment looks like mom not working, her being able to go on any vacation she wants to, and her being free. When I talk about free, you know what I mean? Like her being free, because again, since I don't know when she works 16-hour shifts, 16-hour shifts, 6 hours a week, where she only gets like 4 hours like she works from shit 3 p.m. to 7:30 a.m. and then she goes home, showers, goes to the gym, and goes to sleep for 3 hours, and does the same thing. Right after wakes up 3 hours later and does the same thing. So freedom from that, you know, and just being able to again speak free, do what she wants. That's my dancing.
Okay, so got to the journey of going through the process of making the project's complete, got the project out there now for the public. What does the man in the mirror see today post-album?
The man in the mirror sees more life. The man in the mirror sees growth. The man in the mirror sees elevation. The man in the mirror sees opportunities. And the man in the mirror sees, again, just elevation.
Do you have any final comments that you would like to make to the fans, new viewers, or is there anything you need to get off in general?
It's like I said at the end of the project, do what you love for real. Don't give up on yourself, no matter what times that can get rough. Those mental thoughts where you feel like giving up, you're not your thoughts. Just keep that shit going. It's definitely a battle, like, you know, especially like I said with mental health stuff. It's definitely a battle, but just keep that shit going, bro. Because if you don't do what you love in life, it's just hard, bro. So definitely do what you love, keep it going, fight through adversity, and just be comfortable in your own skin. For real.
Fire. Where can people find you?
All social media platforms, officially Exus, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Yeah, so officially Exus.
Fire. From me to you, y'all. Thank you for your time, X.
Thank you, bro.
Appreciate it.
Love the questions, bro. Thank you.
Of course, man.
That's
Got you. This is tight.
Oh, yeah.